Now it's time for the Nick Clark award. So when I started with illustrations at this gallery, there was not a museum in the country that would speak to me. Illustration was a secondary art. Museums thought it was not worth their time or their energy. They obviously forgot that a fellow named Michelangelo had illustrated a book. But there was absolutely no sense of children's book art as art. The very first person that I met from a museum situation who was interested was Nick Clark when he was down at the Chrysler Museum. And he borrowed some work from us and did an amazing show down there. And also a wonderful book. And called what is it? Myth, Magic, and Mystery. One of the seminal volumes of children's book art. It's an incredible book. And it was not that long after that, I don't remember how many years, when Nick passed by and stopped at the gallery on his way to a job interview. The Eric Carle Museum was looking for a founding director. And I remember when he left to meet with Eric and who he needed to meet with, I turned to Paul and I said, I hope he gets the job. He's a good guy. So we are going to now, before Nick gets to take the microphone, have Norton Juster talk about his friend, Nick Clark. Nick's a little nervous about this. Okay.
I naturally assumed that this was my award. Forever. Or as they say, in perpetuity. It seemed the natural thing to do and proper, but if that wasn't the way it was to be. The following year, and for all the years afterwards, not only was the award given to some other recipients, all of whom shall remain nameless, even tonight. But to add sadism to heartbreak, I was asked to make the award. My only compensation being that incredible table of goodies that are over there, which my mother used to refer to as leftovers. This year's recipient, the founding director of the Eric Carle Museum, has been with us for a long time. Almost forever, it seems sometimes. He has done an impressive job launching and developing the museum and its collections. There is more to his story that few people know about, however. Nick arrived on the scene here well before the museum building was even completed. And since there were no jobs available in Amherst at either McDonald's, Wendy's, or Burger King, he took a position with the constructor, the contractor who was doing the building, and his job was to fertilize all the new plantings being put in around the building. A demanding and arduous job. He did it so well that when it came time to pick the new director, the board decided that anyone who could shovel the fertilizer so well was exactly what was needed. Needless to say, he prospered. And I will too once I find the right page. And as much as it pains me to admit it, he has made the Eric Carle Museum an enormous success, known throughout the world of children's literature. So it's with only moderate reluctance that I am here to present this award. My only hope is that he remembers how much he owes me.
Say, and it's interesting that Jerry Mallett, who I knew and who I admired enormously, what he started in 1982 was about the same time that the seed for the Eric Carle Museum was planted when Eric and Bobby were in Japan and learned that there were over 20 museums dedicated to picture book art in Japan. So it was a wonderful opportunity. I also have to say that in many ways I'm here doing what I do because of my late wife Trinket, who as an undergraduate at Connecticut College, as an art history major, wanted to do a project on children's book illustration and was told that's not art. And I think, as they say in the Virginia Slims ads, we've come a long way, baby. The big kids are beginning to take note that good art transcends whatever category it may have been relegated to. So it's been a huge pleasure and a huge honor for me to do what I have been doing. I consider what I do is like getting paid to eat ice cream. And before I close, I also just want everybody to raise a good thought to Bobby Carle. What she and Eric started is unfathomable. And I know from her perch, she would be as pleased as everybody that I'm here accepting this award. And she and Eric deserve part of it. So thank you all very much.